Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and it is time for our Gnome Dies Graveyard Add Ons Assembly video. Hey, so I'm using our Gnome Dies Graveyard Add Ons, the Gnome Dies, and the Girl Gnome Dies. I'm using P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones, Monster Mash 12-inch pad, and 6x6-inch pad from Echo Park. I'm using Doodlebug's Candy Stripe and Sprinkles, their Dot Stripe, and their Gingham Linen, and the Rainbow Petite Prints. So first I'm starting out with the little zombie face. I cut that out of the Monster Mash 12-inch pad, the solids, and then the little brain is cut out of Doodlebug's Candy Stripe and Sprinkles in pink, and I'm just edging around the edges with a white pigment ink, close to my heart, White Daisy. So I'm just going to stick them together. I'm sticking it down onto a paper tray ink black cardstock, and all my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin mini Empress machine. There we go. I'm using my reverse tweezers, my Stampin' Up pad to work on. Now I do have this partially put together. The beard is cut out of paper tray ink, smoky shadow cardstock, and you'll notice that I did edge around that in that white pigment ink as well. And I'm using, the little feet were cut out of that Echo Park Monster Mash 12-inch solids as well. So now I'm going to pop on his little mustache that was also edged in the white pigment ink, gluing that down with Barely Art glue. Now I'm going to ink around his nose with that white pigment ink, and I will pop that up with Stampin' Up Dimensionals. So this is a really easy set, super cute. Now remember, with the Jaded Blossom Gnome Dies barbecue add-ons, there's this little thing that you can make bites out of stuff, and it'd be kind of creepy cool to put a bite out of the brain or a bite out of the eyeball that you assemble. So keep in mind you can mix sets, but I only used what came with the set for this assembly video. So I'm going to assemble all of this now. So the little eyeballs were cut out of paper tray ink white cardstock, black cardstock. The little mouth was cut out of white cardstock, and I colored it with a Copic marker in R29 just because it was so small. And the little teeth were cut out of paper tray ink white cardstock. So I'm just sticking it all down now. I'm using my Studio Katia embellishment wand to pick up the pieces, and then I will add the little teeth on here in just a second, just with a little bit of glue. There we go. And now you've got a cute little zombie. He's not that scary, right? Okay, now I'm going to put together the spider. So the spider, you'll notice I'm coloring with black Copic marker just so you can see the eyeballs. So the background of the spider was cut with Echo Park's 12-inch purple, and then the middle of the spider, or I guess the body of the spider, was cut with Doodlebug's Dot Stripe on the dot side. It's kind of the same color, which is good. And then I put it on a shadow or a base layer of smoky shadow cardstock from paper tray ink. So now I am making the little brain. I'm using the exact same pink. That is the Candy Stripe and Sprinkles. It's the sprinkle side from Doodlebug. I edged around it with white pigment ink, putting it down on paper tray ink black cardstock. And then I will pop up the little hands that were cut out of that same Echo Park 12-inch solid, kind of like a green. And I'm going to pop up those two hands just so it matches the little zombie head. So I'm just going to pop those down with my reverse tweezers. There we go. And now he's got a little brain. And remember, you can take a bite out of it with that barbecue add-on set. Okay, so now I'm going to pop up the little hand for this little balloon. I'm just adding it to the spider there. And there she is. She's holding it. Super cute. Her hat and dress are from that same Monster Mash 6-inch pad, just some patterns. Now, this is the little gravestone that's cut out of smoky shadow cardstock and also Dot Stripe from Doodlebug, Rainbow Petite Prints. And I just edged around them in Distress Oxide ink. And I'm just going to glue those two together, and there you go. So cute. You could have your little people holding it, add a couple of hands, or not. You could put the RIP on there if you want, whatever you like. So now this is the coffin cut out of Gingham Linen, Rainbow Petite Prints from Doodlebug, inking around it with that same Distress Oxide ink. This back layer is cut out of paper tray ink dark chocolate cardstock, and then we will glue those two together with Barely Art glue. So just quickly sticking it down. There we go. And using my reverse tweezers. There. And then I do weight it down. Then I'm going to add the RIP in a minute. Okay, so first I'll put together this little eyeball. So it's cut out of black paper tray ink cardstock, white paper tray ink cardstock, and this kind of teal color is from the Monster Mash 12-inch solids. There we go. And I did ink around it with that close to my heart White Daisy pigment ink. Sorry, guys. A little distracted. Okay, so now I'm going to pop up the 2 little hands. Those were cut. First I'll add the pupil. That's paper tray ink black cardstock as well. There we go. And I'll pop up the little green hands with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals as per usual. So my little zombie can hold it. So I've got the gross stuff being held by the mummy, or not mummy, by the zombie, right? So like I said, you could use that barbecue add-on set with a little bite mark, and you can take a bite out of the eyeball and a bite out of the brain if you want to really get gross, you know, and there you go. So kind of cute, right? So there's your little gross zombie, and he's holding that little eyeball. So fun. So now I'm going to stick down the RIP that was cut out of paper tray ink black cardstock, and I will add that down to the card. And I put the R and the P down, and then I add the I in the center, just trying to keep things equally spaced. There we go, and I'll add that last piece. There you have it. So kind of cute, right? For a coffin. You could have your little, gnome peeking out from behind it if you like. Okay, so now, first of all, I cut the little spider web out of paper tray ink black cardstock, and then now I'm adding the white layer. So now you can just use it like that, right? With the little hands. I'll pop up the little hands with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and I'm using P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones for that. Remember, that's available at Jada Blossom normally, so hit the notifications if they're out of stock. Okay, and now my little spider is cut out of black cardstock as well, and I'm going to pop that up with, with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. There we go. And I do have the little eyeballs and the mouth. They were all cut out of white, but I used an R29 Copic marker just to color the mouth in. And there we go. So I will take a black glaze pen, there we go, from Secure, and I'm going to dot the little eyes. Now, I would put googly eyes on this, but I wanted to make them as they come out of the envelope. You know, you can choose to do whatever you liked with these images, but I wanted to show you what they look like when they come out of the envelope, right? So there we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so there is my little set. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jada Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jada Blossom store, to get your hands on this amazing release. And thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Make sure to come back soon. Bye, everybody.